What is about? There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next...
We are in fact here at the Fitzroy Library, and I'm speaking with Marie. Marie, hi there.
Hi, Kaye. How are you?
Welcome to Girl Talk.
Thank you.
Well, this is really timely. The Fitzroy Library has actually taken up residence in the lower part of the town hall.
Yes, we've patrons have been putting up for a year of renovations, and now we've reopened with our lovely new library with over double the space that we had and a lot more facilities and services available.
It really is just beautiful. And you said something interesting before, that the library was actually housed in two sites as part of the Fitzroy Town Hall.
For the public, they used to be on two separate floors of the town hall that you used to have to enter off two separate streets, and the staff were in a third section of the town hall again. So it's fantastic for patrons and for staff for that, because you used to have to say, well, we have it, but you have to go down the street, around the corner, up the stairs to the first floor.
And, you know, I think it's great that it's still part of the town hall, because this has got to be one of the most beautiful buildings in Melbourne.
Yes, they put a lot of work and effort into actually consulting and having heritage features kept in, made accents of, as well as some, modern touches and colour, right. Yes.
Yeah. And in particular, the bluestone is kept as a facing on the wall down here.
That's very popular with the public, the fact that we actually kept the bluestone there. At one stage it was considered covering up, but it's lovely and it's a lovely feature. Yeah. And people like to see it.
So they certainly need to wander down and have a look. And just to orient some of our viewers who may wonder, the lower town hall was actually the area where the craft market used to be.
Yes, a lot of people still remember the Fitzroy craft market, and they come in and ask, where is it? Which to say it's at Collingwood now, although it's still called Fitzroy.
Just in case you wondered. Yeah.
Yes, but a lot of people know where that is, so that's where we are now. Come in and visit us in our lovely new library.
Well, libraries are now not just about books, but they're also about high-tech and internet access. Is that the case at Fitzroy?
Yep, we have free internet access, word processing, we have DVDs, videos, talking books, you name it, we've got it.
The internet thing is interesting, because I think a lot of people might be a little bit wary of how to access the internet. So would there be somebody here that could help them out a little bit?
Well, we've actually in the process of setting up an internet training room, so we'll be offering cheap training for that. At the moment, it really depends on when people come in. We can certainly offer limited help, but for absolute beginners, they would need to make arrangements to come in for that.
Sure.
But once people have used it, it's pretty easy to use.
Fairly accessible.
Yeah, we have a CD-ROM that actually takes you through using the internet step by step, and it is for absolute beginners and people that English isn't their first language. So it's, this is the mouse, this is how you move the mouse, this is how you click it, so...
It sounds really obvious, but I can imagine for people that aren't actually familiar with the technology, it's all a little bit daunting.
It's not. I know somebody once with a mouse that had it turned upside down moving it, and this was a colleague that I would have assumed would have known.
She wasn't called Kaye, Sera, you know. And we need to say as well, that Fitzroy has a great collection of books and periodicals.
Yes, and we're part of the Yarra Melbourne Regional Library System, so we have access to 7 branches across Yarra and Melbourne.
Excitement. We have actually finally got a hold of the owner of the Glasshouse and also the trade bar. Rodney, hi there.
Hi.
You thought we'd never hunt you down.
I know.
We're standing at the moment at the glass house, and I have to say it's still under renovation, but looking good.
Thank you. It's still getting there, but we've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. So how long have you actually been down here at the glass house now?
Since April 26th.
Right. And before that was the trade bar?
Yes, trade bar was in October last year.
Yeah, which we have to say is going very well for you.
It's feeling very comfortable and cosy and friendly, and we're all having fun there. Yeah.
Because you say that word cosy, I also find it is a very cosy place to go.
Yeah. I mean, once I come from here, which is a big, spacious, open area, back to there, it's like going home.
Yeah, it's great. And because there's a lot of speculation, what do you have planned here for the glass house? I mean, you're kind of opening up the bar and making it a little bit more serviceable for a start.
Yes, yep. What we're hoping to do in terms of making it functional is higher volume, ease of service. We don't want people queuing up. We don't want them to have to fight the rest of the crowd to get a drink. But also in terms of entertainment, we're revamping. We've got 4 nights of entertainment at the moment. And we're looking to make it a more of a multi-function place, because I think that's what a modern pub is about.
Because you're the mayor.
I'm the mayor.
I know. And that's actually really interesting, because the thing is, you know, like we have this image of a mayor being like a middle-aged man.
It's Mayor Quimby off The Simpsons.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like older
That's a
and more
stereotype.
mature. So how does that sit with you and your role? You must confront that on a daily basis. You're much younger than one would expect a mayor to be.
Yeah, when I've got lots of meetings, it's more like an hourly basis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, doesn't worry me. I mean, most people, it's part of life. You make surface judgments of the people you meet. That's how we're brought up. You know, you're old, you're young, you're black, you're white. Everyone through their own framework, then that will mean something or not to them. So yeah, sure, there's some people who go, you're young, therefore you can't do the job. A lot of people just leave it at that. Oh, you're young, that's interesting. And then they'll judge you on what you say as to whether you can do the job. I think most people, once they've dealt with me for a while, are comfortable that I can do the job and I'm across the issues, and it becomes a non-issue. But yeah, as a perception thing initially, yes, I have less wrinkles than most mayors.
Yeah, but only for the time being.
Only for the time being. They're coming. Yeah.
That's right.
Generally, councils are elected for a 3-year term. There's a different number of councillors in each city according to what they wanted and what the commissioners put in, what the government gave them. Within Port Phillip, as an example, we've got 7 councillors, each of whom represent a particular ward. There's sort of 3 or 4 from Upper St Kilda, Elwood Way, and 1 from Albert Park, 1 from South, 1 from Port Melbourne area. Every year of those 3-year terms, at the annual meeting in March, they choose a mayor. So the 7 councillors actually elect the mayor each time. It's pretty simple.
And is it a hotly lobbied position? Did you have to lobby with all those councillors?
We
invite them around for dinner and stuff like that?
One of the great strengths of Port Phillip Council, I think, compared to a lot of councils, is the fact that we are united, or very much in public. We are united. We don't bag each other, we don't slag each other, we don't argue in public except respectfully, and that's got us a hell of a long way along the path of certainly, I mean, just if nothing else, having a strong media and community profile, which in turn gives us a lot of power to push the ideas which we're on about. So in that sense, there was 1 nomination, and it was a unanimous decision at the annual general meeting, and some conversations were had before that time, but they remain conversations. From the council's point of view, that's a unanimous decision, and we move on from there. You've got 1 city, but personally, I don't think anyone actually relates to the city they live in. People around here, because we've got a good identity, know that they live in the city of Port Phillip. But if someone says, where do you live? Everyone always still says they're suburb. People live in a suburb. So we recognise that. We've got the suburbs in Port Phillip are Elwood, St Kilda, bit of Elstonwick, South Melbourne, Albert Park, Middle Park, Port Melbourne. That's people's homes.
Right.
So we take an organisational approach that all service delivery and things need to be able to be accessed from within your neighbourhood, as much as is possible. So whilst we're 1 city, we're really a collection of distinct neighbourhoods, all of which have their own particular culture or identity, and that's never going to change. My little phrase is we've got a healthy addiction to consultation around here.
Right. That's a funny word, isn't it?
Yes, isn't that funny?
Consultation.
Yes. That can take various forms. Part of it is building in the structures of what we do, ongoing feedback and consultation mechanisms. So some mundane examples, we have a library advisory committee drawn from library users, which we renew every couple of years. We have a multicultural advisory committee, we've got a gay and lesbian advisory committee, we've got an older persons reference group. I'm in the process over the next few months of looking at what sort of youth advisory mechanism we should have. Should be youth council, you know, that discredited word roundtable after what the federal government's done to it. But lots of different options. There's also, though, ad hoc major consultations on strategic issues like planning. There was a year or two of community consultation. We're now doing parking at the moment. So, but consultation essentially is one of the very key values which we try to espouse or practice.
You know, whenever I'm talking to you on camera, I think I'm never going to get through this without cracking up completely.
Okay, I'm not a wacky, zany sort of a girl. There are people out there that I've known since I was a teenager, and we're all here celebrating our diversity as female impersonators, drag queens, whatever you want to call us.
You had so many nominations tonight.
Oh, I know. I've been overseas. I was supposed to stay overseas for a year. I came back. My trip sank like the Titanic.
Kaye, Sera, I didn't know you with hair.
Are you just a little bit sad about the whole thing burning down?
Well, I am.
It's all beaded.
Yes, it is.
Did you really just throw that together?
I literally threw it together. I found out that I was coming on Saturday night.
May I just make an inquiry about your chest here?
It's courtesy of Dunlop Pacific.
Haven't had a fitting, had no idea. She hit me for a lazy 100, went down the spotlight, and here I am.
It'll come back bigger and better than ever.
Will it? Yes.
Yeah, they're hoping about September.
May I just have a quick look at your award?
I'll bring her in. I'll bring her in for the crowd at home.
Come with batteries.
Oh, well, actually, we could slot them in too. Hasn't been much lately.
It must be a pretty big event to drag you out tonight.
Dull, I don't go out very often, so yes, it is a rather big event, isn't it?
Made of glass, that one?
No, plastic.
Anyone upsets me tonight, I will kill.
Are we going to find pride of place for this little thing?
Yes, right next to my other one.
What's the other one?
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Were you just a little bit shocked that you won? A little bit.
Yeah, from Thai Lotus.
Aren't you just heaven tonight, Marquis?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it. I honestly thought Doreen would get it. And,
What's the award for?
I was Best Performer, which is just, it's very flattering anyway. Thank you.
It was great. The curtain didn't open. The music was a bit backward, but all in all, it was a very camp evening here at Illusions, North Melbourne.
I really wasn't too keen on the idea, but I've had a fabulous night and I've enjoyed every moment of it, and I think everybody that won, and I hope there is another one and many more.
How long are you in Melbourne?
I'm actually in Melbourne for 2 more days. I actually just finished doing Cicerella. My name is Nova.
Really?
Yes, yes.
How does your show go at Jocks these days?
It's heaven.
Yes.
I write my own material.
You know, the cam thing is you said the one word that we can't possibly say on camera.
Vagina.
Want to say one thing, I hope that Bent TV goes for a lot longer because we need a gay channel.
I didn't want one of them ass-licking awards anywhere.